Hello, hello, beautiful people of the internet. Hello, Big Fat Twins. Fennec Phoenix 25, Broad Metal Luck 2. Foji, Plaguebird, Squishy0158, Alico 90, Antiwian, No Man 1220, God Lancer, Curseword, Apples and Fruits, Dr. Vishnevsky, Luke Solas, Caffeine Intervention. Hello, hello, welcome one and all. So ready for this? Got you a bro at the end of last stream. Just spent 40 minutes explaining what scientific notation to a client was. Entertain me? Your wish is my command. That's right, we did get a brother at the end of last stream. We have been trying to find brothers since getting the recruiter and struggling. Enkel D2V, good evening. Hello, hello. C-Roy7, welcome, welcome. But we did manage to find Dr. Vishnevsky, who came with the title The Blessed. I was gonna get rid of it. Well, I did get rid of it, and then I put it back. The Blessed comes from the fact that he's got the lucky trait. But he is a bleeder. Anyway, this brother is a sort of long-awaited damage bro. Really, part of the problem is that the damage bros, the few failed potentials we did have were the bros we built like specifically for AoE damage. So despite the fact that we got pretty lucky with our promised potential, it was an uneven realization, which has put us in kind of a tricky spot. Do you have any new thoughts on the Borrowkin, and are they on the menu for future fights? They are on the menu for future fights. I want to fight them a little bit more to get a bit more of a read on what the fights can be like, just in case there are enemy types I haven't seen, things like that. I assume there are. If whether or not there is, again, don't tell me. And it's definitely, they're definitely like they're strong. They're like really strong. I feel like if we go at the fight with the, do I have any? The Fireblood elixirs? Yeah, Fireblood tonic. I think we're actually really gonna want that. I assume that works. Because it's not actually chilled or numbness. Well, do they get numbness? They get some sort of status debuff. Anyway, that's the kind of thing we're gonna look to mitigate. But I do want to fight him in the future. How does the queue work? Can I rejoin for the same run? Unfortunately, Caffeine Intervention, I do limit it to once per run. There are still 30 people, actually, in the queue, which is kind of incredible. So, unfortunately, if I were to let people rejoin, then those that have been sitting and waiting maybe wouldn't get their chance. So, unfortunately, it's just once per run. So, you hate when your PP is uneven? I know, it's the worst feeling. You gotta have an even PP. It's important. So, yeah, it was a pretty tough fight, but I do plan on doing more. We also had Alico lose his nose, which is not what we wanted. It's not so bad, but it's not what we wanted. We fought a fallen hero with this honed head crusher, and ironically, only managed to hit the body. Who needs a nose, really? True. You don't really need one. You just kind of want it. Just become a mouth breather? Exactly. So one thing that was pointed out to me yesterday, which in retrospect is kind of obvious, and just something that I hadn't thought about, realized, I don't know, whatever, is the tryouts for the lowborn especially are cheap, and a town will repopulate within a day. So that can be a way maybe of getting some additional brothers. So like, for example, in Tanwer here, what I might do here right at the start of the stream, because again, we want to find some brothers. Let's do try out and dismiss. A Reddit mod. It's actually built into Hardened, or maybe it comes from Reforged. Interestingly enough, it's not something that I've ever done in the past, because there'd be no need to. Like, I'm not looking for specific backgrounds, so who cares, right? I'm either going to try out a brother and hire them, or I don't care what happens, right? If I even use the tryout button at all, which is relatively rare. But in any case, we have that ability now. You know, this is what doing runs, so many runs without being able to visit towns at all does to a man's brain. But I've never done a restricted run like this, so it just hadn't crossed my mind. But someone mentioned it on YouTube, and I think people had maybe said it before. But it was before I felt like we really needed to do that to get brothers, so. You're referencing mouth breathers? Oh, sure. Well, there is a mod that does basically this functionality that at least I personally sort of associate with Reddit. So one of the things I want to do too is we never actually visited Rule Gazix to get the countdown started for Goblin City. So I want to do that. And I also want to do the watermill fight at some point in the near future. Just because we can. Just because we can. What's your favorite origin for recruits in this case? Yeah, so my favorite background of the three, of Beggars, Cripples, and Refugees, I think if we're going to go for what has the highest potential for specifically what the company kind of just wants to find right now, which is just like the straight damage bro, it's actually the Refugee. The Refugee has the best base stats. The downside of the Refugee is that they only get one fighting style, but if they only have one and they've got the powerful strikes one, I think that works for what we need at the moment. But in general, I'd say they're all fairly close to each other in their overall strength. A Refugee just has like more top end, but I think the average case for all three is maybe about the same in their overall usefulness. How far away are we from the library? We haven't found it yet, actually. Have we? I don't believe so. Which, boy, there's not that much desert we have not explored. But it could be like down at the tips of these peninsulas kind of thing. But we haven't even found the library. Maybe we'll find it. I do think the team can probably pretty much do it. The library isn't such a bad fight in this mod. At least it wasn't last I did it. Might actually be kind of nice. Tempting. Could do that library fight. But in the meantime, here's what I'm going to do. On these brothers, we're going to try out dismiss. Try out dismiss. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do it to the brothers that are like really expensive. Like I might limit it to just the ones where it's less than 300. I don't know. I guess we have a lot of crowns. It's kind of hard to evaluate the value prop of these like low cost things. Hey, thank you, Inkle D2V. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just go with that and we'll see what happens. Because I do still want to get like the last wagon upgrade and I don't know. There's a few other things that we kind of want to do. So let's buy just a little bit of food and not sure why I have that and haven't sold it. XP pots, was there one for sale? No. But you're right, Choppy Cat, that is something we would spend our money on. Let's get a couple more smoke pots. And in fact, let's have a smoke pot handy for Luke Solus most of the time. You still want a fencing for sword? Oh wait, never mind. Yeah. All right, so let's do this hunting beast contract. We're hoping that it's not serpents. I mean, it's fine that it's serpents. I think the team is strong enough. This kind of doesn't matter. Caw-caw! Alright, so what I'm gonna do is step back 3 hexes. Except for... No, we'll just still do it 3. Except for Ala Eco. I'm gonna have go to... Maybe just all the way to here. I don't know. No, I'll make him earn it still. Okay, so they made a fun little death hole potential, but not really a donut of death, so I think we can probably just unload on him, and I have a feeling we'll be just fine. We're gonna be just fine. It's a pretty small number of enemies just in general. Got him with a stun. Okay. So, nice little cute warm-up fight, just to get us, you know, get the blood flowing, get the mind working. In a particular role you would love the new bro to fill in? Honestly, we kind of want just some damage bros. Like two-handed AoE damage, like hammer or sword. Honestly... we found good named weapons that we would like to use, but what I really want is a two-handed hammer. Like, we've had those two-handed hammers in the inventory for an obnoxious long period of time. We had 2 of them, and then eventually I was like acquiesced and just sort of sold one. Acquiesced to fate, that is. Just felt sad about it. But I'd still like to build just like a straight up AoE, full force, shatter, hammer bro, because that just does so much damage. It just does so much damage. So let's just do a quick bit of scouting around yonder way, and then we'll return to Tanware. Maybe return at the start of the next morning. That way the recruitment gets refilled. Hey, perfect. This is kind of what we were hoping to find anyway, with some hyenas. I'd like to make some hyena pelt attachments for the new armors that we're going to find on any of our brothers who have the medium armor perks. We're going to want that. Beast acts so weird when high ground gets involved. Like, they act so strangely. They just love high ground. And who could blame them? Is realized potential at 50-50? It is. 50% chance to succeed, 50% chance to fail. More like a 66% chance, judging by your bros, or maybe it's just streamer luck. Yeah, I think it is just simply streamer luck. Though in the previous attempts it was lower than that, so... I mean, I don't know. It's a pretty small sample size. And we got unlucky previously, so I'm not going to complain. Hyenas are known for their ability to climb trees. Is that actually true? Yeah, previous run we had a much worse ratio, it's true. We had a terrible ratio, actually. Yeah, we need a bigger sample size. Let's better hire all the cripples and beggars. Exactly, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Bonk. Yeah, it looks like they're all kind of running down that way, huh? Why do you think they're called hyenas? Oh boy. I sense a dad joke incoming and I'm already excited. Tell me, why are they called hyenas? Let's hear it. Unless it was just a tag to your previous statement of why are they known for climbing trees or whatever. I was hoping there would be more to it, like a secondary joke. Maybe there's not going to be one. You should come up with one. Now I've raised my expectations. I can't get through my day without a good hyena joke now. I've become a hyena joke addict. It's over, Battle Brothers. I have the high ground. Works for me. God, I think they're gonna start running away now, yeah? But not if they can't. If you just engage them in melee, they're not gonna run away. It'd be fun if after the Noble War, towns get a buff that gives more cripples. Oh, sure, sure. Actually, more refugees, I feel like makes the most sense. But I suppose cripples, and I suppose beggars as well. War sort of sucks. Like, it's okay in your fantasy video game, but truly it sucks. The game should show that it sucks. Disbanded troops, more cripples. Yeah. They've already got the skeleton for the right condition, you know? All right, do we think this hyena is going to be able to escape? Let's see. Let's find out. Let's see if the hyena is able to escape. Seems it couldn't. All right, and we got how many? Oh, very nice. Our hyena fur, raging hyena furs are a multiple of 3. We're gonna be able to craft exactsies. So we're gonna make 2 hyena pelt attachments. That'll be very nice for the armors that we find in the future. And I think we're gonna keep this armor on Eco. So, and also I just realized from Eco, I added an extra I. I've been sort of pronouncing it like Eco. It's just Eco. I fixed it now. Unless you want it changed back. Eliko, you let me know. All right, this bro will just go with the stats. Cycling pretty chadly, brother. Thank you. Okay. I shall leave it in its corrected form, and I apologize for ever getting it wrong. Eliko East Bay? East Bay? I don't know how to pronounce whatever it is you're saying. I just assumed he had a very confusing username. I mean, me too. Let's see. IST would be is in German. What is BEI? Is at. Oh, so basically like saying that's what it's supposed to be. Yes, okay. Danke. Or whatever. Ooh, I do want to make a large powder bag for the future though. Actually, I wonder if those are for sale ever. And do I want to just buy a regular... Don't forget about D&D later? I won't. Well, I might. But I'll try not to. But I know about it, and it's on my calendar. But it's a good warning. I do have D&D later. Okay. So, I'm gonna craft one of these for sure. The Chaucer. Hello, hello. The Chaucer. Hello, hello. But yeah, we have two brothers potentially. One for sure that I think we want to be doing some gunning. I don't want to continue to tear apart relations with the South. I'd like to repair those, restore those over time, so that we can visit these locations again and potentially even fight in the arena. Just so you know, that makes me giggle every time. Good, good. Glad to hear it. Screw it. Maybe I just make this. Maybe I make the large powder bag. Maybe I make two of them. And then we can make a large bag. Let's see. So I made the large powder bags. Did I not? No, I did. Oh, okay. I just had to reopen the... Wait, so large bag of compressed nets. I don't know if I have no idea how to feel about this one. What's the lore behind the repetition? I believe it is... So when I first start up the stream, I look through those who have sent chat messages, and I'll just say hello. Right? Just a way of greeting people who are making their way in. And I have this thing in the back of my mind where I'm like, I want to make sure I say everyone's name, but if there's been some chatter, I don't want to repeat anyone's name. They only get one hello. You only get one greeting. But as I'm reading through the names, at some point, I might panic and be like, did I say that person's name? Like, I don't want to skip them. I don't want to just skip their name. So, at least in some circumstance, I don't remember the exact reason, but I said it twice to the Chaucer specifically. And then I've just stuck with it. I think you might have asked something like, what? No, only one greeting today or something. So then I was just like, no, I will commit to saying it twice. And so that's just how it evolved, I guess. Something like that anyway. You did? Okay, okay. Okay, so the large bag of incendiary shot requires sulfurous rocks. God. I mean, I guess I could... That's the official version. In reality, Chaucer's the golden child. I mean, every parent has a favorite. All right, so here's how I'm going to do this. We're going to make 3 large powder bags. We're going to make 1 large bag of compressed nets because I want to try it out. Just for funsies. What did you want to say about the bag of compressed nets? Oh, I don't know. Just that it's weird. That's the main thrust of what I was thinking of saying. It feels like a weird one. I don't know. Like... I don't know. It's just weird. That's my conclusion. We can shoot nets now? Yeah. It makes you not do much damage. Next stream viewers tier list? Oh man. That's cruel. Dibs on roll the problem child? Don't worry, you've got it. Actually, that's not true. I think both of us lucked out there. Bring back MySpace Top 20, including like some emo music to greet you at the door. Okay, I'm gonna do this contract for Shifting Sands, and we're gonna intentionally fight Ifrits. We're gonna fight these little injury factories, I guess. I guess. We're gonna do it. We want to come back here anyway when they've refreshed the hiring pool. So let's fight some Ifrits and make ourselves some incendiary ammo. I think that's what we're gonna want to prefer to use most of the time with a handgun. I think you can buy incendiary rounds. Yeah, but I didn't see it for sale, so that has me a little bit nervous that we might not find it. Oh, and I should just buy the handgun in the first place too. Alright, so I think as long as we point our Indom bros at them, we should be able to take out their little dudes that they make pretty quickly. 16 to 23, 3k isn't worth this. Oh, it's gonna be a big pile of injuries that we collect by the end. No doubt about it. But so it goes. I don't remember that picture. Maybe it's because I've like not done this contract since I first started playing the game. I don't feel like I remember ever seeing this picture before. Are those ammo types from Crockpot or base Hardened? They are from Crockpot, I believe. Alright, so we have 20 of them, but 2 of them are actually, or 5 of them are actually like 3-in-1. Gross. I gotta run to the store for things. Don't forget, Slurge, you have D&D tonight. The D&D folks appreciate you and your commitment. Alright, so we're gonna put Slurgy here, Corvus here. And then we're gonna put Psycho Ling up here. And they're both just gonna Indom. Oh, some of them are running forward. That was unexpected. I wonder if I could kill this one. Bet I can. Huh. Are your D&D friends now camping the stream to make sure you don't forget? They are, actually. Good for them. Smart. Good move, really. They recognize my deficiencies. Free viewers? I don't know. It comes with shame, so like, is that worth it? Maybe. But probably not. Oh, I suppose actually... I want to make sure we're indoming up on that high ground. That's pretty much the entire world of social media. Actually true. Camp the stream like NASCAR fans waiting for a horrific crash. Every once in a while. Every once in a while we are so blessed. Okay, so hopefully their targets are just these bros on front. And they get a big welcome smack. Is my nickname in gym class. We sub to support this good guy. He's okay. I don't like how they're hanging back. Get up here, Ifrits. Get up here and fight me. Got him. Ifrits are so spooky. Yeah, they kind of are. Luckily, we've got a lot of bros with like anticipation and stuff like that, so they're about as not bad as we can get, like with this company built the way it is. Can you stun him? No. Why would you be able to do that? That would be ridiculous. And I don't know that we want to send Ala Eco baiting too many attacks. I don't think that's true. He's got like good range defense, but he's also like, I don't know, a little bit vulnerable. Range bro throw a tiny rock at a huge rock. Surprisingly, actually quite effective. I feel like maybe it shouldn't be, but... Bonk. What if you hit the Ifrit in the face with its axe? Oh, then it'll feel shameful, but not really actually do any damage. It'll just remember all the bad times. None of the good times. Just disrespected zone of control. I hope that Ifrit is mad. Emotional damage. Emotional damage! That's right. That's the goal, the dream, the hope. Could move Corvus to here and then have Slurgy swap to him. I think that's a good idea. In the Stronghold mod, there is a bespoke fight against Ifrits and ancient undead, including a priest, and it's the Thing of Nightmares. That sounds horrific. That sounds like the worst thing that I've ever heard. That hurts me deep in my soul. I don't even know why I bothered to shoot there. That was truly pointless. Do I think Corvus can take this Ifrit down to 0? No, I don't actually. Okay. The game also like lags very slightly when the attack happens. I feel like that wasn't a thing in vanilla. I don't know why that has happened here. All right, they're kind of falling apart. Literally. Because they're rocks. Those sandy potatoes look angry. Sandy potatoes. Kind of love that. The art for that sword is comically long. Talking about the new one, this guy right here. Yeah, it kind of is. Can we turn them into vodka if they're sandy potatoes? We can try. It's worth trying. Do you ever let the flail bro spin? We have before. He has had opportunities to spin. Oh, there was an enemy there. In Poland, we can make vodka from everything. That's what I've heard. I'm pretty sure you can turn anything into vodka if you try hard enough. I think that's true. Axe bro slash flail bro really wants the team player tree. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if we want to do any genuine, this is a strategically correct maneuver spins, we kind of want the team player trait. Ooh. Broken knee. We would like to rectify that one. That one's no good. Treading a fine line between vodka and prison wine. I feel like those are basically the same thing. So these three are going to combine into one, and I bet we can kill it. They haven't done it yet, though, for some reason. Gonna wait. There we go. Also, who do we have with bandages? Cycling can apply bandages. Oh, Mystic Nemo is out of ammo. Alright, we want to take this fella out. He wants to drink 97% alcohol. Sounds awful. I've had some really high percentage spirits. I'm trying to think of what. Oh, I guess it must be 75.5. Right, I think that's what Bacardi 151 means, is 151 proof. Anyway, I've had that. It's terrible. Once was enough. I don't know. Don't feel like I drink that much alcohol these days. Which is, I suppose, a good thing. Alright, we got our sulfurous rocks. That wasn't too bad. There's a good reason we cut alcohol with water, yeah, no kidding. Also, that's just how it, like, comes naturally in most forms. So, El Eco gained a swag level, you'll love to see it. I think we're just gonna always level this bro the exact same. We continue to do so. Ifrit's still on the map? Whoa. Dark Soul! Yeah, we got the battlefield here and everything. Do I go into it again? Infinite EXP? God, that's the most painful infinite EXP I can possibly imagine. Oh yeah, and it was crushed windpipe that we got here, yeah. We had first Ifrit, but what about second Ifrit? I'm gonna send Darkso my save file and log because I'm gonna assume that he'll want both given the nature of this bug. So I will do that so that he's got it. So there's that and log file. Okay. You've got this bug reported a bunch of times before, first time with video evidence. Well, there you go. You've got video and save file and log. How about that? Do you know what happens? Like, what's the nature of the bug? Like, is this a fake battle? Can I just return and turn in the contract, or what's the what happens here? What's my way to resolve this? Because I've never seen this before, nor heard of it. Don't know what happens. You probably have to dismiss the contract. Okay. Well, we will return to Tanweir. Yeah, and the efforts are still out there. Cool. The bros still haven't repopulated, but we can still make our large bag of incendiary shots. Both of them. So now we've got the whatever we need. So then let's get a handgun. We are unfortunately gonna have to purchase it with money, like a pleb. Now it would be interesting to see if the efforts of the quest marker are still out there. I bet they are. I mean, I suspect if the contract is still here, I'm sure they are. So we're just gonna have to dismiss the contract. And then what I'm thinking of doing is doing all our shop transactions first, basically. Let's see, what's the Fireblood tonic made from? Hardened bones. Okay. Fire's back on the menu, boys. Sure is. And I don't think we're gonna need serpent skin anymore. Or those. Would you be justified in leading them into an army? Yeah, I mean, I think I could kind of do whatever at this point. Like, I don't know. And it would be fine. What I'm going to do, actually, is we're going to cancel the contract now that we've sold stuff, because it's going to hurt our relations. Or did it? That was weird. Oh, okay, no, broke a contract. It hurt our relations. But what I want to do is I still want this group of brothers to repopulate. So I might walk up to rule Gazix, maybe fight some stuff on the way there, and then come back. And then we're gonna go through Karakan too. The slave revolt, I'm sort of waiting for that to go away too, and that will repopulate like this hiring pool. So you got +5 of, yeah, we got +5 relations from the event too. How does this bag of nets work with a handgun? I think you just equip the handgun in the bag of nets and you shoot nets. It does substantially less damage, but just makes the enemies trapped in a net if it hits them. I think on paper that sounds really, really good. I feel like in practice it won't be that good. Maybe it's pretty good against like goblins, since they've got anticipation, and you can do that to like hit them and soak up an anticipation stack and then put them in a net so that they lose their mobility, have to waste AP getting out of it. I mean, that's probably its best use case, I feel like. That's my first sort of initial take on it. Can we do the contract to destroy the... Yeah, we could. We could. But it still takes a little bit for the pool of brothers to replenish. If you have a great Catal guy, seems interesting. Yeah, I agree with that. It's very good to stagger enemies coming at you. Shoot net. Retreat 2 tiles, repeat. Oh, sure. Stagger isn't like split up, not stagger the status effect. Stagger their advance. Yeah. At first I was thinking the stagger status effect, and I was like, it does that? Does it say anywhere that does that? I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I mean, that seems okay. I mean, a lot of enemies can't be netted. I don't know. Maybe it's really good. Is this shot still AoE or single target? I assume it's still AoE and probably the exact same as a regular handgun shot. Let's try it out. All right, so we're gonna come back here. So let's buy food. I wonder if what I want to do is carry both types of ammo. You can also roleplay as a traitor and net your entire team while running away with a huge bag of gold. We could do that. I guess that's true. We could do that. But let's not. I would never. Exactly. Our handgun bros have way too much moral character for that kind of traitorous activity. Looks like no respawned camps. Wow. Have we done the... No, I don't think so. What's the plan? We'll take on the forward posts. All right. So now let's do just like a little baby loop around this way. And we'll head back down south. We really haven't done like a deep trek through the wilderness yet either. I guess we'll just still leave it on the to-do list. Yeah, so 18k gold in the Battle Brothers universe certainly would take you pretty far. 1 battle forged armor. But an awful lot of food. Watermill still on the to-do list? Yeah. I just want to get another attempt at some hiring done in this area before we go do that. Zinzatox. On a hill. Not that much ranged attack. This actually doesn't look that bad. 2 champions, but... And honestly, like genuinely, truly, I would be pretty happy to get a really good goblin bow, because the war bow has weapon skills cost additional fatigue, and the goblin bow doesn't. And if you get a really well rolled one in Hardened, it's actually a pretty good weapon. Looks like a good test for that net gun. Yeah, the tricky thing is getting up to the goblins. It's always the tricky thing. I don't think we'll bring in our trainees for this fight. Alright, we can do this. Tricksy little goblins, tricksy little goblins. I don't think we need to use any potions or anything. Boy, this is a painful hill. Or is it? That's a pretty nice skill cost reduction on this bloody barrage. Bring one emergency smoke pot. I believe we've got one. So, any plan to fight more Borrowkin now that we have a flamethrower? Uh-huh. So yeah, I wonder if we can win the ranged fight here. Let's get a Kaka going. Kaka! And where's their... So here's their champion... Stalker. Where's their champion? He must be back around the edges. Oh, disaster. Yeah, we can hit the front line with a scout from the edge. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think they realize we have range superiority anyway. Yeah, so I'm gonna step up here. Yeah, we'll go to there. Slurgy's gonna be a bro. Pull this guy up. I love how when you speak German, all the goblin stuff sounds vaguely Germanish. Does it? I thought I was just doing the goblin impression. Did that sound vaguely German? All I did was just sound like crap on purpose. No offense to the whole country of Germany. The sound they made, vaguely, it sounds like Runter da? It might be. The developers of the game are from Germany. I don't know what that word means, or that phrase. Let's see, what does this mean? Down there. Get down from there. Let's hear it.
Runter da.
Runter da. Runter da. Runter da. Okay. Now we do want to make sure that this Naxinix the Stalker doesn't get away. See, the dogs agree. Uh-oh, that goblin's looking pretty dead. Got him. I think we've got so much armor, we are gonna win this exchange with the Indom on these two bros. But this is pretty painful. That's right. I think once we hit them enough times, they will charge. Is there even considered joining? Nah, not interested. You have an idea about Barrowkin? Maybe get some Firepot on your banner to throw into Seer to use as anticipation stacks. I think that is a great idea, Corvus Korak. I like that idea quite a bit. That is among the things, the general ideas I was thinking. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. I like that a lot. I will probably do exactly that. Yeah, it looks like this is gonna fire the same. And I think they're gonna charge forward here at some point. Probably. Warbow that can shoot 3 times a turn snipes him down pretty quick too. If you can get in range, yeah. That makes sense. Okay, let's get Choppy Cat over that way. I should have done that earlier. What about we install the Siege Mortar mod? Craft us a mortar and just shoot the Seer to smithereens? Does that exist? Is that a thing? What's our ammo situation like? Okay. All right, they're mobilizing. Looks like anyway. Give the goblins mortars too so that it's fair. Do we need to fight fair with the goblins? I don't think the goblins have been fighting fair with us. This feels like something we shouldn't feel we need to do. Apparently you can also build a trebuchet. Huh. Nobody asked if they should, they only asked if they could. And apparently they can. Oh, still got that guy to bleed. They fight with poison weapons, they don't deserve fairness, exactly. That's my thought. If they're like crafting poison weapons and stuff, we fight them however we damn well please. Alright, let's see what happens when we shoot this guy. Trapped in a net. So it does like a little pittance of damage, and then just puts him in a net. Is there a Overseer Goblin with his crossbow or only with the whip? I think those are split into like a higher and lower tier version. And so I think there is one with the crossbow still. Oh, so, oh yeah, here's the Sruzas the Cutter. Has the quick long blade. Well. How good's the other champ's bow? It's actually kind of good. Hit chance and skill use fatigue. I'm not sure if it's like, I don't know. I think there's a potential for it. There's potential for it. Find pocket weapon. Well, I don't know. I think it's like, I don't know. It's gonna make skills really cheap. So cheap and accurate is not to be underestimated. That's what she said. Talking about the sword? Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. You were probably, that would make the most sense. Yes, I agree. It'll be a cool leveling bow. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. It might even be better than that. Like, it might be like kind of okay. %, less damage. Anticipation is pretty okay, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty okay. Yeah, skill use fatigue seems pretty good for bows, exactly. Like if you get a bro who has like combo and I don't know, combo and shoot, what's that perk called? Why can't I remember the name of it? Unstoppable. Combo, unstoppable, you know, plenty of things to like give them ways of just like pew, 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 pew. They're gonna be able to churn through fatigue really fast. And skill use fatigue, that's kind of nice. Yeah, cheaper arrow to the knee, combo with either Unstoppable, Second Wind, or Berserk. / all of the above. But yeah, exactly. Got him. Okay, so now we swapped our ammo. yeah, if you end up with a bunch of perks where you can just do lots of attacks. One of the big limitations for bows is just fatigue. So. Okay, they're going for some big flanks. Oh, I should have done my flail spinner first. We would have hit him had I done that. Got him. Having a heck of a time hitting this this champion. Tiny bros should be allowed to wear goblin armor. True. Maybe I should try to light him on fire. Maybe we'll just do the aim shot. Lit that goblin on fire. There we go. Tiny bros should be able to ride huge bros. There we go. Now, finally someone got there. That's how it should be. That's the true final implementation of tiny and huge that we needed. Horses are finally here in Battle Brothers, and it comes in the form of your brothers. It's so stupid, I love it. Got him in the bean. Staggered him. I suppose I should be attacking the shaman, huh? Maybe I light him on fire. Seems like a good way to live our lives. Tiny bros should have a higher chance of causing broken knees and torn leg muscles on injury with a melee weapon. Actually, you know what they could have done is instead of decreased damage, which feels vaguely incorrect. Like, I don't know. What they should have done was just lower their head hit chance. 5 or 10%. I feel like that would have been a, I don't know, a more interesting implementation. Since they have so many backgrounds and stuff like that that increase head hit chance, they could have done that. Missed opportunity. Sounds like a buff to you? Sure, it can exist as a buff. I think that's fine. You're 5'4" and build like a fantasy dwarf, all arms and chest. I promise my damage isn't lowered by being short. Yeah, exactly. And as a tall wimp, I can promise you that just being huge doesn't mean you do more damage. A Fierce Lurgy's head hit chance. Now that you should fear. That's legit. Got him. Caca. The one thing being tiny does is decrease your reach, and huge inversely increases it, IRL in any case. True. But I feel like my brief time participating in wrestling in middle school, man, did being tall feel like a huge disadvantage. Like, you try to, is the word tackle? I don't even know. Takedown? Whatever. You try to, what is the word? Is it tackle? What's the word in wrestling? The word when you try to like bring someone to the ground? Not pin, but like the act of, boy, why can't I remember this? Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. Grapple? No, not grapple. It's like the classic attack move. Takedown? I think takedown. Yeah, takedown. Takedown is what I'm looking for. Takedown is what I'm looking for. No, not a suplex. Just to do a takedown on someone who's like short? It's like impossible. Little tiny bags of muscle? If we weigh the same thing, and I'm just all like ligaments, it's not good. It's a very, very bad sport for me to attempt. As a tall and unathletic person, I never won a single match. I don't even think I scored a single point. I'm actually pretty confident that I never did. Okay, it's over. Oh, I was like 2 shinies there from the champions. But yeah, these are like kind of sweet little little goblin weapons. That went well. Yeah, that was a pretty smooth fight. The cute thing about these goblin weapons is that they are sword/daggers, and they have a 3 AP attack. And like, there's legit ways of being a true damage nozzle with sword mastery and dagger mastery. I'm trying to find, yeah. So like dagger mastery with between the ribs, making that just do more damage. It's a lot of perks, like, invested in the weapons, but the payoff's pretty good, and this is a pretty good weapon. That's when Slurgy moved to basketball and started setting up records. Oh no, I played basketball briefly too. And I was the tallest senior on the JV team. So I was the kind of kid that the coach on the other side was like, well, this isn't fair. Why do you have a senior? Look at him, he's a giant. And I like had an athletic looking build, and then they like watched me warm up, and they'd be like, never mind, we're fine. That's better than a Katala for a dagger, bro, unless you're constantly setting up death blows. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a really good weapon. A really good weapon with riposte, which is kind of cute. Thankfully, I wasn't tall enough for there to be expectations when you played sports. But you're a little bit tall. Short enough to skirt by, though. Ghost like hit and run on Goblin Sword is so funny. 4 hits, by the way. Why would it be 4 hits? Just hopped in here to donate your Prime sub. Thanks, enjoying your YouTube content. Hey, thank you, Super Beast. Thank you, thank you. Unless my alerts aren't working. And anyway, glad you're here. 2 different attacks for combo. Yep, 2 different attacks for combo. Though, like, one of them, you know, does attacks for 4, so it reduces down to 2. So you played 1 game of community basketball a year or 2 out of college, and you were the 2nd shortest person on the court? Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, the quick long blade, This is a cute little weapon. Like, we don't have a great brother to use it right now. I don't know that we will even, but long blade but still has a reach of 3. I know. Scammed. Nice pocket weapon at the very least, yeah. It even could be a pocket weapon for Ala Eco instead of the Noble Sword, just because it's lighter. And if we're in a position where we stop caring about the reach because we outreach the enemy because it's like a one-on-one or something like that, I like the idea of doing 2 stabs in a riposte if we've got the fatigue. And it's just more damage. I don't know. Could also just make that as the pocket weapon on the throwers in the back. That probably makes the most sense. You're still always saying his name like Ala Eco? Yeah, and I probably will just continue to say it like that. I can't stop it. I hope that Ala Eco is not offended. I will do my best. But no promises. So yeah, if we were to look at this Bloody Barrage compared to a Warbow, right? So one thing to look at is the amount of damage ignoring armor on the tooltip is actually a pretty good comparison. So if we're looking at this and it says 15 to 21, this thing is 16 to 22, right? So the Goblin bow, just in general, because of the additional armor penetration, does a pretty similar amount of damage to flesh. It does less armor damage, but are we using our bow for armor damage? Lord help us if we are. It'd be cute if named weapons could roll reach rolls in Hardened. I kind of agree with that. I don't think that's a unreasonable thing for them to roll. But yeah, I mean, I think this is probably better. The additional hit chance is still sometimes relevant, and our skill use is going to go way down. Right, so if we look at this brother, because he's got bow mastery, but none of the other fatigue savers, when we're firing the warbow, you know, quick shot is 14, so going down the line, it's 14, 18, 18, 18, compared to 10, 14, 14, 14. So these attacks are way cheaper. Cheaper, similar damage to armor, less damage direct to hit points, and also less damage to armor. It has less range. No, it doesn't. It has the same range. It has the same range. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I thought that this tooltip would, it's just for the weapon itself. No, it can attack in the same distance. Yeah, seems great. Yeah, I think you're right. I think in vanilla they do have 1 less range. Yeah, this is a great weapon. So Mystic Nemo just collected 2 shinies. Great. We'll continue our path down to civilization. That is a lot of goblins moving around the map. Let's take a look at the camp here. A Goblin Shaman Elder. Okay, that must be similar to the Goblin Shaman that we're used to. I kind of want to do this fight. Should I? Sounds spooky? I don't know, is it? Hell yeah, brother. Have you thought on strategy for Borrowkin after the battle yesterday? After yesterday's battle? Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked a little bit about it. I think the fire weapons are going to be huge. Obviously potions and stuff, but that's not something I want to... I mean, I'm definitely going to do it before the big camps, but... handguns are going to be really good in that fight. Like, really good. So... I think just bringing handguns with the incendiary ammo is going to be huge. Ali Eco performed incredibly well, so I think that's going to be a... If we could get one more brother like that for the other flank, that would be pretty good. Mostly those are the only thoughts. I want to see a little bit more of what the faction has to offer before making too many sweeping conclusions. Because I don't know what the like sort of normal proportion of units can look like with the different types of camps, so... I'm just Rocket. Hello, hello. Salutations. I'm gonna grab the hit point roll here. I guess. And let's get hold. Nope. We're gonna grab student. We're gonna grab a level 6 student. That's gonna be what we do. I almost was gonna click on hold steady. But we want student for when, not if, we realize our potential. Are we gonna recruit the scout to see Borrowkin unit in their locations? Oh, like the lookout? Nah. Nah. So we'll be able to look at it ahead of time. I don't know that we'll probably... I don't know that we know enough to change our approach depending on what we see on the world map screen. Yeah, we have a falcon for that? Yeah, exactly. We can always just caw and then if it's too much, just peace out. Maybe it's harder to peace out if they can raise Borrowkin behind us. That's a future synergy problem. Incendiary ammo, is that a Hardened thing? It is. No, it's not in base Reforged. It's actually not even in Hardened, it's from Crockpot. It's from Crockpot. Yeah, Shaman Elder. We haven't seen one of these yet. So probably want to do this fight at night. What I'm kind of thinking is we go at this fight at night and we just like do one Night Owl elixir. And maybe that'll be in just enough. Yeah, 51% named item. Yeah, right? It's pretty good. All right, so let's make sure that this is indeed our next fight. Yeah, it looks like it will be. And how are our armors? Astrology's body armor, we don't really care. Yeah, they're pretty much fine. Keep the turquoise pawns for next run. Dusk is denied. No, I mean, we can maybe use the Phantom Draft on maybe like Ali Eco. And then send him a little further forward. It's kind of cute. Amazing, there's still stuff you haven't seen in your 160-day campaign. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what we're at. 172. And I also haven't seen those things. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to do the Phantom Draft here on Ali Eco. And then on Mystic... Wait, that did work, right? Gain Ethereal. Cute. And then Mystic Nemo, we're going to do Night Owl Elixir. Want to know what happens with the Shaman Elder? No, I don't, actually. Don't. Just in general, Lusitavi, don't tell me anything. Like, if you've seen it and I haven't, I don't want to know. I don't want it hinted at. I don't want it even known that it's special. Like, I know it's tempting, but don't, please. Okay, let's do the Night Owl Elixir here. And well, let's just see what happens. Okay, so we got a cute little high ground here. Caw! Yeah, so this is an Overseer as the proper spiked impaler. So let's take a look at this Goblin Shaman Elder. So looks like still has anticipation, backstabber for some reason, elusive, sure, footwork, sure, mace mastery, okay, quick hands, all right. Has he fought Necronomes yet? The final boss? So actives, grant night vision. Yep, so this is the exact same as vanilla. Swarm of insects. Looks like that's gonna be the same as the non-elder. And root is going to be, yep, target and all adjacent units. Okay, so he's just like a normal, he's just a normal shaman from, that we're familiar with. All right, any chance this fight? Yeah, we've got Zegox Longnose with the Malignant Arrow Fall, which is very similar, but better than the bow we just found. That is a sweet damage roll. Holy. I mean, more expensive to use, but that is a Malignant Arrow Fall. Okay, we like that a lot. That's a real nice one. Yeah. So we're gonna occupy some high ground. I suppose Mystic Nemo doesn't even need to be the one to occupy it. It could be Big Fat Twins. So I might just, well, actually we could put Travesty up on the side ground too. Yeah, let's do that actually. Jerk. Okay. Did we look at the bow? How did it roll? We did, and it rolled really well. It's got damage and accuracy in a really high damage roll. Like a really high damage roll. So 50 to 68. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a surpassing meatball. How many goblins can Ali Eco 1v1? I think the number is actually really high. Not so high when he gets bugs in his eyes. 17? Might be fewer than 17 is what I'm worried about. But I'm wondering if we can get him in a position where, like, because of Phantom Draft, if we're able to make limited contact, like if we send him like here, I actually think he's pretty damn survivable there. Was the bugs and eyes range? Only 4 tiles. That's really short, actually. I didn't realize it was that short. As long as he doesn't have that, he's like fine. Even Trapped in Vines isn't that big of a deal. I hope I'm not making a mistake, but I think he's fine there. Is bugs 30% or 50%? It's still just it's the same as the regular shaman. So it's still 30% to all stats. The big problem here is that it lasts a really long time. My streamer never makes mistakes, only learning opportunities. True. That's right. I'm really annoyed by where they've positioned themselves against this this tree. I should have not moved Choppy Cat here. Because I want to move here so I can attack there. What's the difference? In vanilla it's 50%. Rare case of numbers getting smaller. Hi. Is that helmet on the flail bro a mod? It's from Hardened. I think it's probably in base Reforged as well. It's very good. Looks like RoboCop. The art on this one's excellent. I don't know if that's in base Reforged or not. Shoot this guy. Just kidding. We'll shoot the other guy. Looks cool and reminds you of RoboCop? Yeah. Big RoboCop energy there. Extremely low hit chance there. That's good. He's ethereal. What I want is for there to be melee contact and to get them to start charging up top and not really surround him. That's the dream. It looks like they might not even include the Phantom Draft as a element of their target selection. They haven't hit him yet. They're going to. Yeah, okay. They're one random one hit. So like there's a piece of me that wants there to be melee contact so that they just run forward, but I don't want them to charge at Ala Eco. I mean, we're in cover here against any of the ranged attacks. We can't really be surrounded, not meaningfully. I think this Hex is probably reasonably safe. I hope I don't regret this. Right, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking, apples and fruits. Like, that's the real problem, is just if the Goblin Elder moves down and then does the insect move. Now, something to keep in mind. One moment. Something to keep in mind is, I think he's pretty enticed to root right now. Streamer pedal got unplugged? Yeah. That's right. Can't have that happen. That'd be a disaster. Is that attack worth? Not if you miss. They're moving. All right, that was enough to do it. And it hopefully will mean a bunch of enemies charging through the top and middle. That's what we're hoping. We're not as worried about punctures here, since we've got our Idrok armor. How's that Elder different? I don't see it. He's got the AoE root. That's mostly the main difference. Other than that, I don't think there's much difference. I think it's basically that. Got him. Okay, otherwise we're just gonna hang back here. We're just gonna hang back here. What? How would you try the steal from the shopkeeper and roll a nat 20? I should. I should. Also, thank you, Corvus Korak, for the good luck. We did get poisoned by this Zegox Longnose, and that attack hurt. That attack hurt like a lot. Eliko is going to be able to solo a lot of goblins up there. Oh, I should have broke that guy free, actually. Ah, okay. He's elusive. So our nets, they do nothing. Can he solo Goblin Town? Probably not safely. God, I should really get Big Fat Wins positioned a little bit differently. Bring him to here. They're probably going to attack him there, which I suppose is fine. Does Bag of Nets consume nets instead of ammo? No, it consumes ammo. Okay, what we kind of ultimately want is for Mystic Nemo to be where Choppy Cat's standing. Because we want this tree stump a little bit for range defense, and then we get a better angle here. So we need him to move. I feel like Alaiko can fight basically an infinite number of these types of goblins with these types of weapons. Well, that's getting to be quite a large number. Actually, one thing I want to look at, something now I'm suddenly really concerned about. Do they have... They do. They do have long reach. So we don't really want to be standing here. Yeah, hit chance 58, that's way too high. He can't move though, he's stuck where he is. Do you have footwork so you can scoot away for free? No footwork. Send some dogs for a rescue. We don't have that many dogs right now. Alright, I might run Slurgy forward to here. It's a little bit of a dicey, possibly questionable decision. But it's what I did. Yeah, we pretty much just have to riposte. And we're not going to be able to riposte in step, but I think our chance of getting out of this just walking out, I didn't even look, but it's going to be low, right? If they have like 58% chance to hit, we have to kill at least one of them before we can do that, which we might be able to do with riposte. I think this was a T3 Roofin. Alright, so let's get Mystic Nemo to here, even though we're not going to be able to get a good shot. I mean, I guess we do it. No, we'll just go here. Oh, we can still shoot him from here. Alright, that's pretty good. And we're out of ammo here, so use our 4 AP to swap. So I don't want to blow our cover, but we're going to save our AP. Okay. Oh yeah, he's not going to last that long there. Why isn't he out riposting? Hold up. Why did he not ripost? The enemy missed him in melee. Oh, Jesus. Sludges can indom, but holy shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, we didn't do a counterattack on our... when an enemy missed us. Because we've got the riposte effect active. I swear that happened. It was a little while ago, so it's going to be kind of hard to find in the log, combat log, but I swear that happened, right? Yeah. Goblin Fighter used... Oh yeah, so the one's using Rupture, so that's the ability of these. So it was before that. Maybe it was just from range. These are still all considered fighters, right? So the ability that I'm looking for is just stab. I swear that happened. Rupture, rupture, rupture. Maybe it didn't. Stab. Oh, it hit him. Stab and misses. Oh, no, but that's Slurgy. Oh, no, the stab's on Slurgy, too. I guess maybe he didn't. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, no, there he got hit. Okay. Well. Oh, he's... Okay. That was good at least. That's really bad. Oh, shit. I misplayed this. I shouldn't have ran Slurgy there. So we need to bring Corvus up to come attempt to be a bit of a hero. Bail out his boy. So we're never going to be able to indom here. And even if we wait and recover, it's not going to matter. I think our best move is simply to break free. Yeah, I played this poorly. You did not sing the Queen lyric. I'm disappointed. Like, we are the champions. Not feeling much like a champion right now. Okay, so what's our chance of being able to do this? 2%? Yeah, I don't think so. I think we just riposte. That's got to be our move. That's bad. I mean, if we're able to do enough counterattacks to kill one, possibly two, we might be able to step the next turns and move away. That's got to be the play, though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any other... He's got one move and he's pretty good at it. I mean, true. Oh, that does like a weird UI thing when I swap. Huh. So we gotta help out Slurgy here now. We got rid of all this guy's... No, I mean, I think we gotta just shoot here. Just thinking we already dumped the anticipation stacks. Let's do the Wolf Rider. It makes the most sense, right? And let's get Uber Core up here. We need an artillery strike? That's true. We do. That was like a melee artillery strike. Oh, get out of here. Those bleeds are gonna be bad. They're hitting him in the head now, at least a little bit. That's good. No, no, no. Oh god, those all hit. We need those to miss. Oh shit, he's dead. Ah. Yeah, there was a glimmer of hope there for a bit. Struck down. He's not dead. He's just missing a new appendage. The surgeon didn't save him, but RNGesus did. Dovcool has other plans for this brother. Is he saying there's a chance? I mean, there's more than just a chance. He's alive. In what form? Well, we'll see. Hope for brain damage? Hope for brain damage. If I shoot at this hex, I wonder what the radius looks like. Okay. Worst case scenario, you use the water skin on him to clear 2 injuries. Think of the value. Alright, let's make sure we're in cover. Good thing about goblins is they never decapitate you. Yeah, it's true. Okay. And at some point we're gonna have to back Mystic Nemo up, or if we can't get on top of their stalkers here, like, soon. Who got struck down? Eco. Corvus, I might just take this turn to recover since we're poisoned anyway. So we're gonna wait, do it the last half of the round. Actually, I guess they're probably done attacking? I don't know, they might not be. Get wrecked. So we could have Slurgy put a dog down. It's not a terrible move. Put a dog right there. You don't accept it? Well, he's struck down, so he's not dead. He's not dead. I'm gonna do something. I miss. So close to the kill. If anything happens to his face, we accept it. Face or head. Got him. His look weren't important. He's not worried about bikini season. Can we really make that kind of like determination for him though? Don't attack my dog, you jerk. That was a lot of fatigue. Now we're gonna have still a handful of goblins coming from the bottom side. Oh, we can't even walk one hex? Good lord. Yeah, let's just break free. Let's attempt to break free. Let's decrease their damage. Feels kind of important. That guy's gotta die. Seven shots left. How are the legendary lowlifes doing? We've been worse. This guy never got the night vision buff. Does it wear off? In vanilla, it never wears off. You know, actually, I think the other ones will just say, hold on. Yeah, there's no buff for it. It just removes nighttime from their list of effects. Okay. I was just wondering if this guy could also shoot him if we were to move him. And I think he can. So I think we want to make sure we stay in cover. Yeah, it says for the course of the battle, but... Okay, that was important. Yeah, and we're gonna move here and riposte, I guess. I think Slurgy's fine. I don't think we have to be next to him. I think we want to move here so we can put Travesty up here and blast him. Champion's fully stammed at 140 fat, yeah. Yeah. Get rebuked. Just use the blue skip turn button there. Don't tell anyone. I guess I could shoot from here too. We get a slightly tastier shot next turn. I don't know, this is still awfully good, isn't it? Could have been better. Right. Nah, I'm too nervous to move Mystic Nemo forward. Ooh, we went for the push. Uber Core, the Uber helper. Drake the Warhound is still alive. I don't think he's going to live through the whole battle, but he's alive for now. Which, you know, that's kind of neat. That was really good. That's some good fire blasting right there. It's just blue skip turn button there, I guess. And I don't think I can move Mystic Nemo forward still. How's the company doing, Captain? Well, we're gonna need to look at this screen at the end of the fight to make a full determination on that. But we're doing all right. The company's still strong and great and beautiful and whatever. Sometimes we have minor setbacks. I'm really pissed that Shaman's getting away though. I feel like that simply can't be allowed. The dude does not abide. I see someone fell asleep. He's tripped. Gonna be better after this amazing fame from this camp? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Much better. 2 fames? That's right. That's right. The 2 famed weapons from this camp are gonna make this all worth it. Why stop there? 3? I mean, we get 1 from our champion. And then we're gonna get 2 from the camp, so a total of 3. Right? Right? Let's make it 4? Sure, why stop? We don't have to stop, we can keep going. Our numbers, the numbers can only get higher. Drake the Champion War Dog. Drake the Champion War Dog. Can you get famed guns in non-southern camps? If so, there's a gun here. I think you can. All right, I guess the rest of them are in fact getting away. Traumatized is pretty bad. It's like the opposite of brain damage. Oh. Oh. You know what? We're still pretty happy with this. It's still good for the squad, but like it's going to be a very good weapon for Corvus here. We like this weapon skills costing -2 fatigue a lot on this brother. Like that's legitimately really quite good. Weight is not as good a roll. We also got this Malignant Arrow Fall, which is pretty cracked. So, Well, we just get a straight upgrade here for this weapon. Right, so our abilities go from 8, 13, 10 to 7, 12, 9. I wonder if it would have put us over a breakpoint to get to -3. Actually kind of curious. Because it's 8 times 0.8 times 0.8. So, yeah, it's 5.12, which rounds up to 6. Whoa, wait. 10. No. 10 times 0.8 times 0.8, which is 6.4, rounding up to 7. Let's say that that number had been -3. Would have brought us down to 6. And decapitate going from 18, which was... yeah, it brings us down to... yeah, so that one wouldn't have changed. No, it would have. From 12 to 11. Okay. How did the Riposte Bro die? You know... Slurgy sent him to do something a little bit aggressive. The thing that I didn't account for, or didn't think about, didn't look for, / didn't remember from this mod, is that... so the Jagged Pike, like, it wouldn't have been a problem if there weren't so many Goblin fighters there with Jagged Pikes, and they had the... let's see, let me find that perk. They had Long Reach, and that was the whole reason we ran into problems down there. So they were just able to get really good hit chance against him. So, yeah, Long Reach and Backstabber. Long Reach and Backstabber. But I was thinking, like, okay, he can't get surrounded as long as we keep him against the wall. And my thought was, as long as they don't get much of a surround bonus, then it's not a problem. Which... as long as they don't get much of a surround bonus... And then there were 5? I think 5 goblins with the Goblin Pikes. Which is kind of not what I expected. At least like that many with that specific weapon configuration down on the bottom of the formation, I think was genuinely unlucky. But that's the reality to fighting camps at night, right? So probably... like, obviously, for example, if I had scouted that with a Kaka, one of our Falcons, and then seen that that was the configuration and then checked their perks, I wouldn't have moved him there. But I didn't, and now he's traumatized. All the more reason to get him the water skin. Right? Right. But traumatized is really bad for this brother. What do you about keep... yo, yeah. I mean, we have one. We have one, Luke Solus. But he was way too far away. Like, we wouldn't have been able to get Luke Solus in range to be able to do it. I don't think, anyway. Maybe time to hunt for the skin. Yeah, and the nice thing is, you know, it's probably not very far from where we are right now. Realistically, because the restrictions on the water skin are like really restrictive. Like, it needs to be really far from civilization. So it's pretty limited to just this little triangle over the chat window, basically. It can't be on the left side of the map at all. And the discoverability radius in vanilla is garbage, but in Hardened, no legendary locations have a reduced like discoverability radius, so we could go look for it right now. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Like, we could totally look for it right now. Boy, Big Fat Twins is really close to level 11. Yeah, let's go look for the water skin. I think that's a good idea. Choppy Cat needs to get a partner. Aliko, earn the water skin in that borrow skin slog, save the company? Absolutely. Absolutely. So we've got this other bow now, which is definitely worth using. So again, we can... The number we care most about, we can pretty easily just compare. This 16 to 22 goes to 20 to 27. That's pretty good. Has even more hit chance, plus 13% hit chance. This is a pretty crazy bow. Skills are going to be more expensive, but this bow actually has quite a lot of fatigue, so I think we're just going to move the other bow over to Big Fat Twins. How does it compare to a war bow? That's going to be much better than the war bow. Right. War bow doing 15 to 21 damage to armor. In fact, even the raw damage number, 50 to 68, is almost the same as 50 to 70. So this is a really, really good weapon. Yeah, that hit chance. Yeah, this is crazy hit chance. Less damage vendor trash. Less damage vendor trash. Yeah, let's go look for the water skin maybe. I mean, it has to spawn in the forest. I don't know the specific distance from towns, but it's very far. And I don't think it can be in a snowy forest. We've still got enough food. Some of this is strange meat, which is making this look like we have more than we really do. But I think we've got enough to at least make a basic sweep. And then we are going to head back south because I want to find us our brother. Right, so I think even like this is probably too close to civilization. Sharp rocks. Nachos. That could be a good fight to get Dr. Vishnevsky leveling up. Just put him right there and protect him. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that quick. This shouldn't be too bad as long as we're mindful. I missed. I missed. Got him. Alright, but I don't want to kill any. At least not from far away. Ooh, the trapped in net. Actually, probably pretty good for this fight, huh? Alright, let's just bait him up to this high ground hex. They're gonna want it. They can't resist it. I knew it. Beasts can't resist a good high ground. They just can't. It's too tasty, too scrumptious. What? I missed. Got him. Missed him. They want to see if they could see if their house from the high ground. It's pretty fun when you can say, I can see my house from here. Just in general. I didn't actually want to hit him. Get netted. Do the inside walls of the house count for being able to say I can see my house from here, or do I have to leave first? No, you can say it from inside. Because it's even better that way. Because not only are you correct, you are technically correct, which, as everyone knows, is the best kind of correct. He broke free. Well, Dr. Wisniewski didn't actually kill any enemies, but he's gonna get some good experience through osmosis. Get netted. Get scared. Okay, and that actually might be enough for Big Fat Twins. Oh. Big Fat Twins might be level 11? No. He's got to be close, though. See how close he is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's close. He's close. We're not actually going to go into a fight with that brother, but... Alright, we're looking for a water skin. All we're finding is murky layers. So what's our food situation in reality? Okay. Let's make sure to fully mow the lawn. All right, I think we're good there. The scout would be really nice right now for very specifically what we're searching for. One day we'll have a food display that takes into account spoilage. One day. Dark Soul! Okay, and we're out of tools. I guess maybe we just sweep here and then return. We'll have to look for the water skin on a second sweep. Want to replace the bounty hunter with a scout? I mean, we could. Those are some big chunky footprints. Spiders are infamous for the big footprints. I don't really want to fight them in the forest. Yeah, whatever. I want to fight them in solid ground. It's a little bit of EXP. I mean, it is, but I don't want to fight them in the forest. Fighting spiders in the forest sort of sucks. Fighting spiders on the plains, not bad at all. Okay. Big Fat Wins is asking for money. Fight him in a cave. I mean, I think that actually would be fine. Oh, we got some orcs moving around here. Urot Gash. Home of Grommok. Honestly, doesn't look that bad. We're not doing it, obviously, with the team not in full fighting force, but Orc Sea of Tents, I think, are going to be a good fight for us in the near-ish future. The near-ish future. Yeah, 70% shiny chance. Pretty good. Alright, the Poison Flinger's Garrison. On a hill. I think we can do this. How do you know the names of the hideouts? Do you go up to them and ask? Maybe they've got a sign outside. I think this is okay. I really don't want a bro hanging off the edge here. I mean, I guess it could be Big Fat Twins. At least right at the beginning. And I think we just do these during the day. I think we get ranged advantage and see if there's an advantageous hill to fight them from. I feel like that's the play. Oh. I guess we share this hill, huh? In the books, it's the map maker's job to give names to these locations. Ah, so they're being assigned on the fly? It's kind of cool. So maybe we just run forward and charge. I feel like that's actually how we're gonna do this. There are books? There are books. I really need to read those. Haven't gotten around to it. 3 books and they're wonderful. I've heard. I mean, it's the same writer as Battle Brothers, right? Casey Hollingshead. He's a good writer. I really like I like his writing. Can vouch for that. Great books. There you go. That's two separate glazings. Can't beat that. And Uber Core with dodge and anticipation. I think we run off to like... I think he can go there. I think that's actually okay. Boy, let's bring Dr. Wisniewski up, but we're going to be really careful with him. How did your bro survive this long in previous fights alone anyway? He's got no underdog, just Lone Wolf and Battleforged. I mean, Lone Wolf doesn't really... underdog doesn't really help that much, actually. Not as much as you might think. So, like... Underdog is a crazy good perk in vanilla because it decreases the enemy's surround bonus. In this, when it only increases your melee defense, it's still good. Don't get me wrong, it's still good. But there's a weird borderline obsession with it that I think is incorrect. Like, that's not the biggest determination. If anything, it's like... I don't know. It's not that big of a factor, I guess. And we didn't let him get that surrounded in previous fights. Yeah, let's get Slurgy right up next to this this shaman here. I don't know apples and fruits. I don't think it works. I'm curious if let's look at what the reading on it is, because I suspect he only would have gained 10 melee defense from that. So it would have reduced their hit chance by 5. So from like 52 to 47. I don't think it would have made that big of a difference. Right? Because there were only 3 surrounding us. I don't know that it takes long reach into mind. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe it does work against long reach. If it does, then that would have been huge there. And it looks like it does. So, yeah, it would have been a big deal there. That's true. Though that was a really weirdly, like, specific situation, I think. Missed. Got him. All right, so let's get up here and blast him. Yeah, Big Fat wins. They've got his number. They're shooting at him like crazy. We either need to get him in cover here or run him back. Ate up both of his anticipation stacks. I mean, as long as he's in cover, he's okay here. Get wrecked, sir. In that fight, the enemies had around 50% hit chance on him in that surround. With the 50 extra MDF halved, that about halves their hit chance. Yeah, so how many were there? There were 5, 6, 7, 8 enemies total, so 7. Right? So 35, half of 35 is about 17. So we'd knock their hit chance down to like... $35-ish. Certainly would have kept him alive longer. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good perk. I don't want to like, I don't want to say it's bad, but I think there's like a too much emphasis placed on it. I guess that's my takeaway. Or my message? My message. Just popping in to offer a gentle 15 minutes heads up. You see that, chat? My D&D crew, they don't even trust me anymore. They shouldn't. But I appreciate this gentle 15-minute heads up. For good reason, I know. Did we lose our lone wolf brother? No. He's still alive. He's got a little baby traumatization, and who doesn't these days? Got him. Oh, oops. Alright, let's just get back in cover. Your party clearly doesn't follow rule number 1, don't get hit. It's a pretty good rule. Where's our cleric? Goblins. What? What does that mean? He's with the goblins. That's right. It's like our cleric's hanging out with goblins? I guess. Said something about Ali Eco and I don't know. It didn't really make much sense. Who's Ali Eco? He's not in my notes. Is that an NPC? Did we meet him? I don't think so. It's like, what do your notes say? I don't know. Lady with the big headdress? Anything else? No? Worthless. Slice the Elder, food evening. Big Fat wins. Hit level 11. This is our opportunity. It's time to gamba. Opportunity. Did Big Fat Wins realize his potential? Yes or no? You've got a full minute starting now. So far, we have like 66% success rate. That is above the projected 50%. So I think the answer should be yes. Actually higher than 66, right? It'd be 10 and 5, so whatever 11 and 5 is. So you should do the poll and then end the stream. No, I'm not that cruel. I'm not that cruel. So far you've only got one prediction right? Oh boy, big bets on no. Big bets on no. 67? I suppose 67 would be the correct rounding if I were to do 2/3. Okay. Find out in the next episode. Boy, not much for believers. Holy buckets. 91% on no? Voted yes for the big payout? Well, no shiny here. And the answer is... no. The answer is no. We need to find more brothers. That's the conclusion. That's the solution. Let's go to Carcon before Tanware, actually. Promises potential and delivers failure. Yeah. You're bankrupt for the second time in a row? Well, so it goes. Need to find that temple with the guaranteed bro in it? Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Sure you're right around the corner? Let's see who this is. This is Dark Paladin. Oh, actually I named him. Hold on, do we want to keep this brother? I did that really like aggressively. Like we're in desperation mode and we're not. It was actually pretty good though. Yeah. We can make this work. We can make this work. As long as he rolls well. In his melee skill rolls. He's got pretty good secondaries. Okay melee skill. Just need him to roll well. In desperation mode. I mean, we kind of are. We're like borderline desperate. It's true. He also could be a hybrid. Like a true hybrid. 37 range skill is among the highest numbers we can get. I don't know, his melee skill is not insanely bad, but I guess it depends on how he rolls. Right, so this is like a little bit TBD. Yeah, it doesn't suck by cripple standards. That's, I mean, beggars have slightly higher melee skill, but they have like lower other stats, so. It's, I think this is an acceptable enough brother to keep because we are a little bit desperate. We got a potion of knowledge here, that's really nice. Oh, and I suppose, restored order. Selling items yields 10% less. Huh. Yeah, we need tools. We need tools. So we're not going to sell stuff here. We're going to sell stuff at Tanware here. Yeah, beggars have better initiative and melee attack. Cripples have better resolve and fatigue. Yes. So it's, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen the other, or whatever. So what I'm gonna do as we leave this place we're gonna clear out all the ones that are cheap to clear out so that when we return, we get a fresh batch. So let's head to Tanware quick, and that'll probably be the last thing of the stream before I responsibly go play Dungeons and Dragons with my friends. Like a responsible person who pays attention to the time and knows when things happen. Can we hire the assassin just for the gear? I mean, we can, but we don't really need it. Well, that was pretty disappointing. Just the one brother, huh? Alright, so let's sell stuff here. And then I suppose we go looking for the water skin. I suppose I may as well use the spiked impaler here. It's a slightly less accurate attack. I don't know, maybe I just care about the accuracy. Yeah, I mostly just want to hit. So we're gonna sell our war bows. I think we're done with them. We just got better bows now. Oh. Spiked Impaler having a different named attack is cute for combo purposes. Yes, it is. So do I dismiss Big Fat Wins now? I guess I do. I'd like to have like one more low-level bro to spread the wealth, but... Adios. Bro, go to D&D? No, I got 3 minutes. We usually don't start quite at 8 anyway. So we've got a minute. One more town, please, bro. Well, that one we're not gonna do. Time for a Barokin camp. Time for a Barokin camp. Okay. I'm just setting things up nicely for future Slurgy. I care about him, you know? He's like kind of me. I am watching. I've got 2 whole minutes. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop. I suppose next time we will maybe... Ooh, Potion of Knowledge. Let's go use some of these potions. Maybe tomorrow we go on an adventure looking for the water skin, heading up north, and figuring out what we want to do. We want to get the water skin for our boy Ali Eco. I feel like that matters. So we'll get fully prepared for our journey, and that's where I'm going to call it. So that's the end. That's the conclusion. So I'm off. I'm going to go play some Dungeons and Dragons. So to all of you, wherever you are in the world, you make it a good one. Till next time, ta-ta.